Head to Knoxville, don't be late. Baker's Live, it's gonna be great. June 5th and 6th, mark your date at Dollywood, we'll celebrate. Meet Baker and more cool friends. Live show magic that never ends. Come to Dollywood, feel the vibe. With great people there, it's gonna be a ride. Rides, fun, and meet and greet. Baker and pals, the crew's so sweet. Get ready for laughs, cheers, and thrills. Knoxville's the place, it's giving chills. Meet Baker and more cool friends. Live show magic that never ends. Come to Dollywood, feel the vibe. With great people there, it's gonna be a ride. June 5th and 6th, don't miss the fun. Meet Baker and friends, it's second to none. Baker and friends, it's second to none.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the afternoon in the Natalie Cochran case. Did she unalive her husband with a vial of insulin, or can the state really prove she did that? You need to open a browser something somewhere. I'm not even sure. You didn't miss much this morning. The expert in insulin said it's a guess that that she must have administered a huge amount of insulin at some point, and then in the end she said, well, she must have injected 2 shots of insulin at 2 different times and of 2 different brands. But that doesn't line up with any evidence so far presented. So again, did she do it? I don't know. Have the state proved it? Not in my opinion. And then you had a tool mark guy who looked at the vials, and one of them had a perforated lid on it, but we don't know how much was used out of that vial. So again, what has been proven? I still say that it's hard for me to get past reasonable doubt in this case. Let the fun resume. Yeah, hopefully it'll go a little better this afternoon. I'll bet you they won't be back at 1:15, and they will have technical problems. Hey, CJ. Laura. Thank you so much. KDP. Hey, Teresa. Thank you. 27 doesn't hurt when you have all you amazing people in chat to wish me a happy birthday, AA. But I still have that feeling that the state really haven't, because I can't figure out when she's supposed to have administered this insulin. They said she did it around, she must have done it around lunchtime. And then he crashed, but he wasn't admitted to hospital till like 6 or 8 in the evening. And Humalog only works for 7 hours normally, unless it's a very big dose. So his glucose level should already be rising again. And I just have a hard time with this one. That's what I was. My sister knew about this case. She doesn't watch my channel, but she knew about it. And I said, well, he's a bodybuilder. It's normal for bodybuilders to use insulin. So could he have taken too much? Haven't he never done it before? And because it's normal when guys get a little older and they want to keep fit, they might jump on a few treats of the good stuff to get your levels up where they used to be. If you didn't know how to do it and didn't know how much to do, one of the really scary things in the world of bodybuilding is all of that. I'll just go on YouTube, or I'll go on the internet and find out how much to take. But it's very different if you're a 200-pound guy or a 350-pound guy or a 100-pound guy. So it could also be, and that's the reasonable doubt. Could he have done that? He might have possibly could. I don't know. Thank you, Salty Dog. Did you enjoy the rest of your gift? I just had a little bit of the chocolate with the nuts. That was great. It's nice to have people thinking about you. How did it end up? Confusion. This is the land of confusion. Too much doubt. Yeah, I couldn't get her for first degree with all the confusion, and especially with the motive that he was about to spill the beans about the Ponzi scheme. We have no evidence of that either. Thank you, CJ. Jinxie, thank you so much. He's just trying to get a second bite at Apple for the Ponzi scheme with this. Nope. The first day they were really leaning heavy on the Ponzi scheme. And again, it's the human thing. Well, she's guilty of A, she must be guilty of B. It's the same thing we see in most cases. Well, the state wouldn't have charged her if she wasn't guilty. Well, they do that a lot. There's also fast acting and slow acting. Yeah, and the expert said Humalog was a fast acting. That's why I think she all of a sudden invented that he must have given her, she must have given him another doses of something else, so it lasted longer, because his blood values were low. I believe was it 12 or 16 hours later. That's probably why she wanted to get that in there, but that's really stupid because they don't claim she gave him 2 doses. Yeah, Humalog is the fast acting. There are so many what ifs. What if X or Y happened? That is obviously reasonable doubt. The only thing I can see right now is that the jury don't understand reasonable doubt. And maybe they'll chuck in some lesser included and they'll give her and get her that. Kind of like, again, I keep returning to it, the Karen Reed case. Well, she must be guilty because the state spent 8 weeks on doing a trial against her. Well, she clearly didn't kill him on purpose. Maybe she hit him while drunk. Can we agree on that one? And I think that's sadly how the mentality goes for a lot of cases, is there must be something here because we trust the state would absolutely do nothing wrong. By the way, I am mad I didn't get a pardon yesterday. Everyone else got one. I didn't. I think it's the same hatred towards the Danish as it is in Tennessee when they won't serve me beer. But no, I just don't know with this case. I've been surprised over juries before, but I feel this case should be an easy not guilty. And again, they have tried to indict her before, which was turned down, and then they exhumed his body again and got an insulin expert. But if it's that person we had today, she wasn't an insulin expert. Well, she wasn't an expert on insulin, but she never touched the body. Maybe another expert comes in. I don't know. But if his blood sugar was low and then took Humalog, he could get unconscious and would need glucose. It would be very dangerous. But no evidence of him having a low blood sugar before he got the Humalog. That's the problem. We are sitting here guessing and trying to fill the gaps. Because we see all the holes in the cheese, and normally that's why everyone comes in and say, hey, did they find this, or did they see that, or did someone hear this? Because we don't like the holes in the cheese. We want to fill them out so everything is nice and even. The problem is it's the state that must do that. We shouldn't be doing that. And we are sitting here speculating with whatever knowledge. Some of you are very knowledgeable about insulin. I know a little bit about bodybuilding. But we're just trying to build a puzzle where we don't even get the tiles from the prosecution. We're making them ourselves, because someone shows us, oh, this is the type of needle. Humalog does this. Oh, this is a benzo. This is a... That's the state's job. We should just actually be doing this. For 7 hours every day, and when we're done, we should say, well, clearly guilty. That's the state's job. Nope. None of them were diabetic. And it depends on if he had food too. So another... Yeah, what we do know is she took a picture of him on the floor. Someone went over there. He was responsive, but not fully. That's all we know about. And then he survived for another 5 days. That's all we know about this case. I really need someone to come in and give me his blood work saying, well, you can tell by this and this and this. Because you can have low blood sugar if you're overexerting yourself. And if you're at the same time maybe trying to cut weight, so you don't get your energy deposits filled again, you could pass out. You could go in and have a lack of potassium, because your body is a machine, and if you don't put gas on your car, it'll run dry, and so will your body. Could it be so bad that it's also hard for me to believe that he could go so badly that he would go into a coma, but I have seen Eddie Hall's 500 kilo deadlift. He overexerted himself so much that he had brain bleeds. I don't think this guy did stuff like that, but again, if I'm thinking it and I don't have a clear picture that the state says, no, that couldn't have happened, then I have reasonable doubt. And that's the problem in this case, is we are all sitting here asking for scenarios about what did they know, and we've been through 4 days in what should have been the Jason Chen case ended up taking 7 days. And they had a heck of a lot of technical evidence they had to put in there. This case, we had neighbors who were there and, yeah, maybe heard something. And you had people she bounced a check off. You had a pilot. She said, we're not going to make it today. The technical experts, that's very low. Thank you so much, Jenny. And for 8 months.
All right. Are there any matters that we need to take up at this time out of the presence of the jury?
Because they got some insulin from a neighbor. And again, if you're a bodybuilder, he apparently got some tests. You can get stuff on the dark web.
Just connecting Dr. Banerjee's office.
Okay. Are we squared away for the next witness, Mr. Truman? Ms. Acord?
My understanding is that
Because
they have
he's
received
talking
the
for the
link and
state.
they are prepared to go forward when we allow them into the room.
Okay. And we need to connect Dr. Banner. Yes, if you don't mind.
Thank you, Polly. No needles have been presented. So we don't know what happened. We don't even know if it was that vial that they showed because no one raided the house till 4 months later. I can't wait to hear the lead investigator because he must be the one that puts all the ducks in a row.
Thank you for calling the office of the chief medical examiner. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it now. To speak to an operator, stay on the line.
This is chief medical examiner. Then we are getting close to the end.
Please stay on the line while your call is transferred to the operator.
Well, the lady was an endocrinologist, and she made it worse. That's the problem. She was the expert in hormones, and she made it worse for me. Well,
Office of the Chief Medical Examiner, please hold. Sorry about that. How can I help you?
Yes, this is Colleen Brown Bailey. I'm the law firm.
so chief medical examiner right now,
We are
normally one of the last two people to testify.
Kubicek. I'm here for a hearing.
Okay. Let's see. I can send you over to Jessica. Are you trying to schedule it or are you trying to get a hold of him now?
No, get a hold of him right now. He's supposed to testify.
Okay. Yeah, let me get you over to his number. Hold on one moment.
Thank you.
Truman from Raleigh County Prosecutor's Office. We're ready to hook up Dr. Kubicek on his link. But let me explain to you, we have to have him mute his Teams microphone and we have to go through the telephone. So whatever way is easiest for you to do that. He'll be on video, but the sound will come across the telephone.
Okay, let me put you on hold here for just a second so I can run back there and make sure he's in his office, and then that way I can get you transferred back to him, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's a little unsettling to make sure he's in his office.
How can you not have this? You know you were supposed to go at 1:15. Come on now. It's not like a medical examiner gets surprise guests. Maybe it's something they do in West Virginia. What is this? He said we have this scheduling for this afternoon. Why didn't he call him when they got out of court and said, hey, we're going at 1:15. You are at your phone. This is stupid. They should be ordered by the judge to, well, then we'll take him out of order. We can't wait for this. Yeah, luckily the jury hasn't been brought in. No, that guest can wait. So, no, it's ridiculous, and it's your problem if your witness doesn't show. I had a case yesterday where two witnesses. Well, one witness was incarcerated and didn't want to talk. The other one didn't show. Well, too bad for the state. Then they could either postpone the case or they can forfeit the witness. So I am a people person. I can just tell you, when I become dictator, this won't happen. Oh, I should cover this up.
Pardon?
I feel the state should be told, well, you clearly can't keep your ducks in a row. We get the next witness. We can't wait for this. Yeah, still better than Massachusetts. That's they showed up, but not all of their truthfulness followed them. Unless it's an out-of-state witness, yes. I can see it, especially if it's defense that has to pay for it. Yes, but they got the endocrinologist in from Florida. So why can't the local ME who works for the taxpayer get to the courthouse? This is ridiculous. Is this the family?
Yeah. You've got another witness that you can use.
Finally, they ask for another witness. Yes. You have now delayed court for 17 minutes. No. Sorry. I lied. 12 minutes. You were told to be ready to go at 1:15. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Can you move that now? No, I'm good.
Oh. No, they didn't do any of the tests that could show, because they started treating him instantly. So no tests were done on him, and you can't trace insulin after, because it'll just level out in your system. So you can't. I don't. Maybe there's some. Whatever I have goggled, it shows that you can't, especially after 5 days, find any proof of insulin poisoning. This is highly unprofessional. And again,
Yes, we are.
it's a state effing witness. It's a state worker.
Like a number to the desk that we're at. Can you guys call that number?
Sure.
Okay. You let me know when you're ready.
Ready.
304. And that should go straight back there to where his desk is.
3043.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we will call now.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, he passed from brain swelling. And you can't say it's directly. You can say it's probably the low blood sugar, but you can't prove it. Yeah, especially when this court has turned into this S show.
Yes, sir. You're scheduled to testify by teams in the Raleigh County case today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we need to explain the technology of this because of feedback. We're going to put you on. You click on the Teams link, but then mute your your microphone. And that way we'll get you video over the Teams link and the audio over the phone, okay?
I think that's her mother.
I'm already hooked up to your site and the audio is on.
Mute your Teams link.
That can't be
This Saturday, I'll be doing my giveaway stream. I have invited guests. We will run a giveaway where you can participate from all over the world. I will have guests from America. I can run that through my simple little setup.
The camera is not working. I don't know why, but it's not showing.
Why can't court figure anything out? It still amazes me that it's not American court. Our court system can't figure it out either. It's so ridiculous. Either he get his ass to the courtroom now, or they move on.
Yeah, I'm now my assistant is working on it.
Okay.
It's sitting. It's
What are the
it's
giveaways?
hooked up, but
Hey,
I don't
Stevie,
know why it's not working.
Sarah to come
Okay.
We need an expert.
We need an expert.
What about Dr. Banerjee? Do we need to call her?
There will be some boxes of chocolate. There will be a little unicorn that can also turn into some other stuff. And there will be the Drama Llama 3-in-1 set. Can also be a rabbit or a little seal. And rumors has it, but I of course don't do anything for my members in anytime. But sometimes Jaime turns the chat into members only, and there's a special thing that's members only. But all of this will be for subscribers of the channel. Just have to be in chat and write the right hashtag, and you can win some of this. I have like 4 boxes of chocolate.
Yeah. Let's see if this works.
Dr. Kubitschek, it appears that there might be something on your end.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Okay.
Trying to figure out.
It'll be Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to participate in celebrating that I'm 27 years old today. 27.
Thank you, sir.
And we're sitting here filling time because killed and get your car ass in a car, drive down to the courthouse. You are testifying. Get your ass on the stand. You knew this should happen today, and you're wasting everyone's time. We're waiting on the medical examiner. Pretty crucial witness, but at some point the judge should just say, whoop, 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 move on, move on, move on. Jinx, behave yourself. Hold your hand up with the thumb sticking out to the right.
Yes, we're here.
I'm here. This is Dr. Banerjee.
Yes,
No, I can't
hold
do
on,
that.
doctor. We're trying to set things up.
No problem. I was just someone asked if I was here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, then I'm 200 because I have had a tight back
Any
there.
headway,
last week.
Dr. Kubitschek?
Still working on it.
Okay.
It'll be 6 or 7 prizes, but still something for everyone. No, we're trying to figure out how to call someone.
Wonder if he could come.
Still working on it, yeah.
I'm Jimmy. How y'all doing? Yes.
When did you first meet Marty?
This is in the summer of 14.
And where did you meet her?
Doctor, you may have to get another laptop and work through it.
Did you,
Okay,
whether it's true or not,
right now
believe
my
that Mr. Randolph
assistant
slept
is
with your
looking
wife?
for another camera.
I wouldn't
think
care.
that,
You wouldn't have cared?
camera.
Did you believe he had
Okay.
slept with your wife?
No,
Try to-
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
probably did.
Find another
Everybody
laptop to hook up to, it might work.
Everybody.
The most important people
Any chance your camera?
in this case that everybody seems to have forgotten in this room is the jury.
I mean, like.
So we're going to take a 15-minute break and both sides take a pregnant pause.
I like turtles.
Oh my gosh, you guys! There's a class called Basic Grifting. Should we all learn how to be grifters together?
Do you remember any description as far as the size of these men?
Yeah, I remember the size of them. I know, I could tell by the Swazer who that one was. You know, by meeting him different times up there at Paula's, I knew Swazer is. Get that word right, Swazer.
Okay. I don't know what that word means, so I'm sorry.
Oh, his style, his
Oh,
walk, his talk.
okay.
Yeah, I'm bored. Nothing's happening. This shouldn't be allowed. They should call the jury and excuse them for the day. Tell the medical examiner his fat behind is in court by 9 in the morning, or the state will have to forfeit him.
Niełatwiej byłoby tu przyjechać?
Dzisiaj?
Tak.
To był kłopot.
To byłby kłopot.
Tak, bo to ile? 2 godziny w jedną stronę.
Oh, it's a Polish guy, so he's speaking Polish to him.
Godzinę.
Aha. Well, all right.
We will try to fix it here. If not, within the next few minutes, I'll have to start driving. Będę musiał jechać.
Świetnie, świetnie. Dobrze. Dziękuję.
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 Translate.
Translate. No, we're talking about possibility of me driving to your place.
Is there any possibility of that, doctor?
About 1 hour or so, half hour and a half. I mean, if I have to, then I have to. You know, if they cannot fix the camera, I'll have to drive.
Well, apparently I have
Okay.
Polish ancestry as well.
We'd love to have you here.
I had a massage and then I've been streaming. So that's my birthday. Well,
Or if you could find
I had a
another
good back
laptop
workout.
to use, it probably would straighten out.
Okay.
There's bound to be another one in your building that's free.
Thank you, Jeanette, for becoming a YouTube member with this low quality entertainment.
Okay.
How can they not have another laptop this guy can use? It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, you're so sweet, little D. Thank you so much. Yeah, 27 years old. That's what the hell? Oh, I know you're only 22, but when you get to 27 like me, it's a rough time. I have to say that. Thank you so much. My birthday is today, 27 years old today. I don't have it anymore. I lost it. I deleted it and I thought I had it on my hard disk. They should, but also medical examiners works on IT every day. Why isn't there another laptop he can use? It's not that hard. Yesterday, I think both Kathy and Crispy phoned in via their phones. It's not that hard to get a connection. That's a lot. Thank you, 80s. Remote testifying needs to be for exceptional situation. This does not seem like one. Exactly. If you wanted to remote, if I think the voir dire hearing of Dr. Russell, you could have done that remotely because that's just a waste of money flying her in. But I'm all for people being, unless there's something very, very special. And this guy is on the company clock. He get paid no matter if he's in court or he's at home scraping through a body. He has no reason not to show up. Police officers, medical examiners, all of these people should always be in court. They are hired by the state. They are paid by the state. They just show up. And nothing like this, oh, well, we need a time slot from 1 to 2. No.
Doctor, we're going to have to push this along a little bit.
You're paid.
Come up with another laptop. One alternative suggested by one of the experts in the courtroom.
This is your birthday song. It doesn't last long. Hey. It's still the state's case.
I have a flip.
Yeah, me and Valhalla share a birthday.
Never mind, Doctor.
It's not that smart.
Yeah, at this time, it's just redonkulous. Yeah, I should have one reminding everyone that it's Valhalla's birthday. They said they would have it set up, but the guy who was supposed to testify wasn't even at his phone. But thank you so much, Victoria. And he works in the same county as the courthouse. Yeah, that's even more ridiculous then, because he get paid by the state every day. So if he has to be there at 9 and from 9 to 5 waiting for possible testifying, well, he shouldn't care because he gets paid anyway. It's such a stupid thing that a guy can't show up, especially a medical examiner. Now we're going to have some shitty link where he has to hold his phone up so we can hear the audio because they can't get the Teams to work, and now his camera isn't working. It shouldn't be allowed. Hello, Zachariah. You have all the ladies wondering, where have you been? They have all been fearing that something happened to you. I said you were probably just doing some mezcal down in Mexico, getting into trouble, but all the ladies thought, oh, we lost our Zachary. You'll be fine.
Right now, smartphone from my assistant.
Okay.
So we can.
Highly intelligent, but bad at personal skills. Yeah, why isn't it a thing? In Denmark, if you work, yesterday we had 119A, 119A case. That's threats against a public servant, and 3 of the witnesses were were prison wardens. So they were on the job, and then they showed up, and then they go back on the job. It's not that hard. They get paid anyway. You're so nice, bud. I couldn't be bothered with him. No, again, he sees dead people all the time. Just survived the worst blizzard since 1882, almost a quarter inch. Well, we were talking about don't go driving in Texas today because Texans can't handle snow, water, sand, sunlight, dark, other cars. Oh, they got a smartphone now.
Doctor, you need to click on the Teams link and have your assistant forward
Pew, pew.
email with the link to the smartphone. And then she'll click on that and you go.
Yeah, he's like not Candyman. Was it Candyman? Yeah, Candyman. An APB, all Pabst Blue. Amazing Pabst Blue. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Didn't happen. Is Pabst Blue Ribbon a good beer? All parts blue. Well, Blue Waffle, don't Google it. All Points Bulletin. Stay safe, brother. Pabst Blue Ribbon isn't a good beer. No. Well, I've just seen them in commercials. So, what do I know? I think I tried like 5 different beers the last time I was there. Yingling clearly my favorite, and probably Colt 45 was my least favorite. That's not a beer. That's a malt liquor. Sure. It's pee water. Well, again, American beer is like sex in a canoe. Effing close to water. We like it a little stronger in the old world. It won a blue ribbon? I don't know.
Any progress, Doctor?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, you're on.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Well, you were on just momentarily.
Yeah, thank you so much, Valhalla. I should say more thank you for the Yinglings.
Didn't recognize this camera
Thank you, Laurie.
for whatever reason, but I'm here. I'm there. We're still. Let me see. Oh, you're right.
Okay.
No,
Can you
I
hear
drink
me?
Odense Pilsner.
Yes, I can hear you.
We can see you.
Måske en gylden dame.
Dr. Banerjee, can you hear me? Ooh, not a good sign.
I can, I'm on mute, but I can hear you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. We may be straightened out then. It's a miracle. Okay, are we ready to go?
I think so. Thank you.
Bring in the jury bailiff.
You want to kill Valhalla? Let's go. That's 91% of his daily liquid intake. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Guinness. I'm not a fan of beer you have to drink with a teaspoon because I'm a Pilsner, maybe an IPA kind of guy. If they don't hurry up, Bev is going to turn off the air condition. Yeah, they should turn off the air condition in this case. We're wasting so much time. We've been going for 45 minutes. The court was supposed to be back half an hour ago. Yeah, I don't like it. It's too sour. I've drank Sol and I drank what's the other one? Everyone always. I don't like them. Yeah, Pilsner's good. No, it's too thick.
Members of the jury, we have been wrestling with issues of high technology, as you might ascertain. I am the master of low technology, and this little baby is the limit of my abilities in terms of dealing with technological issues. I bought this at Walmart a few years ago, and I found that it's very convenient to give you guidance. It usually tells you yes, no, or maybe. And sometimes it comes into play every now and then. That's a joke, of course. We are ready to go forward now. We have the state's next witness on the board. Also, the defense expert is listening by telephone. If you'll call your next witness, please, Mr.
Let's get
Truman
to
or
it.
Ms. Acorn.
What are the odds this won't
calls Dr. Piotr
work?
Kubicek to the stand.
All right, Dr. Kubicek, would you please stand and raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, you may be seated. Proceed, Ms. Akert.
Doctor, can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Could you please state and spell your full name for the record?
My name is Dr. Piotr, Piotr Kubicek, Kubiczek.
And doctor, how are you currently employed?
I'm employed at the West Virginia office of the Chief Medical Examiner in Charleston, West Virginia. I'm first Deputy Chief Medical Examiner.
And about how long have you been a medical examiner?
I've been working here since 2017, so it's almost 5 years.
In your best estimate, about how many autopsies would you say that you've performed?
Correction, almost 8 years. I have performed altogether in my career more than 6,000 autopsies.
Dr. Kubicek, where did you attend school?
I attended medical school. It was Medical University of Warsaw, Poland. And then I studied graduate medical residency. It was pathology residency in Muncie, Indiana. This was Paul Memorial Hospital. Then I proceeded to study forensic pathology. It was my fellowship at Montgomery County Coroner's Office in Dayton, Ohio.
Do you have any work experience prior to being a medical examiner for the state of West Virginia?
Yes, prior to work here in West Virginia, I worked in Nevada. I worked.
You can see him, but he's blurred.
Clark County Coroner's Office in Las Vegas, and I worked at Washoe County Medical Examiner Coroner's Office in Reno, Nevada. And before that, of course, I worked at Montgomery County Coroner's Office in Dayton, Ohio. And before that, I worked at a residency program. It was Paul Memorial Hospital in Muncie, Indiana.
And are you currently licensed to practice medicine in the state of West Virginia?
Yes, I am.
Do you have any teaching experience?
Yes.
What does that have to do with this
Could you
case?
just briefly lay that out for us?
Since my residency training, I've been teaching medical students and residents in practice of autopsy and pathology. And then now I teach the medical students practice of forensic pathology here in West Virginia.
And outside of that teaching experience, have you given any presentations in the field of forensic pathology?
Yes, it's a part of it was part of my work to give presentations. For example, in Nevada, about the cause and manner of death, different types of causes.
Can you understand him? I have a very, very hard time understand. As a fellow accenter English, I know I have a thick accent, a thick Southern accent. This guy did his residency in Indiana. He should have a Danish accent or maybe a Swedish accent if he's been in Indiana. He shouldn't have a heavy Polish accent if he's been there for 20, 25 years. Again, I've been mainly streaming in English for 2.5 years. I still have my accent, but it's gotten better. I know more words. I can't understand half the words he's saying. Jinx, have a great evening. I wonder if he does all that remotely or just on a live in trials. Yeah, that's fell asleep doing prayers, then videos, doctor apartment, calls a baby brother for his. Oh, I have a birthday as well today, Major Mom. I'm only 27. Yeah, he's from Warsaw. Well, he went to medical school in Warsaw, probably back when they were just probably not. They probably just stopped being commies when he went to medical school.
So that and how they refer to manner of death.
We don't know.
Are you a member of any professional organizations or committees?
Yes, I'm a member of International Association of Coroners and Medical Examiners, and I'm a member of College of American Pathology, and I'm a member of Association of I'm American Society of Clinical Pathology.
Your Honor, subject to voir dire by the defense, I would request permission to treat this witness as an expert in the field of forensic pathology under Rule 702.
All right, Mr. Selden, do you wish to engage in voir dire of this witness?
I just have a few very brief questions.
Very well.
Dr. Kubitschek, have you published any articles, books, or anything of that nature?
During my forensic pathology fellowship, I was co-author of article on toxicology.
Toxicology?
Involving pediatric population in Montgomery County. Besides that, I published, presented a letter to editor on injuries of residents that occurred during the autopsies. Basically, those are the most important articles or the presentations in journals.
All right, thank you. And
so he did he have done presentations in pediatric. What does that have to do with forensics?
Dr. Kubitschek is certainly acceptable as an expert in forensic pathology.
All right, the court declares Dr. Kubitschek to be an expert within his field of forensic pathology. You may continue, Ms. Akron.
Dr. Kubitschek, did you have occasion to perform an autopsy on a Michael Cochran on or about September 4th of 2019?
Yes,
And did you generate a report following that autopsy?
yes.
Your Honor, at this time, I would like to have the autopsy report marked as State's Exhibit 20.
Okay, thanks.
Now, Doctor, that autopsy was performed approximately 7 months following Mr. Cochran's death. Is that right?
Yes.
Can you explain the long window between the death and the autopsy occurring?
Initially, Mr. Cochran's death was considered a natural death. So the hospital and the hospice actually did not report the death to us. Later on, law enforcement became involved, and it was determined that the postmortem examination should be performed, and the court issued the order for exhumation. And then I performed the autopsy on exhumed body, Mr. Cochran.
Did you review any outside medical records when you performed this autopsy?
Yes,
Can you review what those were for us?
there were records from Raleigh Hospital and then CMC Memorial Hospital, and those were the major sources of information.
And when you performed this autopsy, were you looking for anything in particular?
When we perform autopsy, we look for the evidence of natural diseases on the surface of the body and then inside the cavities of the body. And of course, we look for the evidence of injuries on the surface of the body, inside of the body. The body that I received in the coffin, it was already moderately decomposing.
His findings will be absolutely nothing. You have a partially decomposed body 7 months after its unaliving. How will you tell this is where the needle went in if there is any needle marks? You can't do any blood work on it because there's no blood in it because it's drained. Or maybe it's even had some, probably not no embalming fluids if it's decomposing in 7 months. Again, if it was a pew to the head, yeah, you can see clear signs of that. This is BS.
Decomposed, and however, he was also post status of embalming.
Oh, he had embalming.
And this kind of helped to preserve the internal organs. The process of embalming helped me to visualize better the organs in the body that was on the outside of this was moderately decomposed. And I performed as I said, the external examination, internal examination, and I did find that he had cardiomegaly, the knees, and large heart, and obviously there were those decomposition changes present. And I sent out internal examination, and I did find that he had cardiomegaly, the knees, and large heart. And
kind of omegalated knees. What is the first thing he says? The large heart can also be an indicator that either he was working out too much or does roids. Actually, that's what a lot of bodybuilders go down on because their hearts get too big. I can't get the first thing. It sounds like he says amalgamated knees, but that's not a thing.
that he had cardiomegaly, the knees.
Oh, cardiomagulated. Now I just have to find out what that means. is when your heart is abnormally thick and overly stretched, becoming larger than usual with difficult pumping blood. Temporary or permanent, it's manageable, and most people can continue living. So his super healthy body wasn't super healthy. It can be damage to the heart muscle or any condition that makes the heart pump. Yes, so he has a big heart.
And obviously there were those decomposition changes present. And I sent out tissues that obtained during the autopsy for toxicology examination. Basically, the toxicology results showed that there was no.
I thought he said cardiomegaly and a large heart. That's why I went back first, because it said like oxygenated knees or something.
No alcohol. There were no common drugs of abuse. We also tested for heavy metals, and basically at that point, after reviewing the medical information, clinical information, after reviewing the autopsy findings, toxicology findings, I came to a conclusion that the cause of death is at this point undetermined. I could not find basically cause of death beyond certainly medical science.
You answered my next 4 or 5 questions for me right there in that answer. Dr. Kubitschek, has anything come to your attention since originally performing the autopsy that would change the opinion that you offered?
No.
And had you been looking for anything specific at that time, as in this case, we're talking about exogenous insulin administration, would you have performed any?
Yeah, this guy said undetermined. The one who said insulin, I think, was the lady we saw this morning. The cause of that was brain swelling, and now it's undetermined.
Different testing that you did not perform with the original autopsy?
Actually, no, because the body was already moderately decomposed. It was almost 7 months after the deceased's death. So, looking for areas of, for example, insulin injection or the presence of insulin in the deceased system was basically not possible at that time. But we have to understand he spent a few days in the hospital, and later on he was obviously buried. So lots of the evidence that would help to determine if there was actually insulin used.
So no proof of insulin use
during the postmortem examination.
Thank you, doctor. I have no further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
All right, cross-examination, Mr. Sullivan.
Can I have a moment to speak to Dr. Co-Counsel?
Yes.
You don't have to ask any questions, because he just said it. There's no proof of insulin poisoning. You have a lady who looked at 13 different possible reasons why his blood sugar was what it was. And she claimed, well, she could see that it could only have been insulin poisoning. That's... I'm about where the judge should just do a direct verdict, because they have presented no actual proof other than a lady saying it couldn't have been anything else. Well, remember, all the other witnesses have been talked about before. They dismissed the case because they couldn't prove it. Then they went and got an expert in insulin, and then they did the case again. If she's the expert we heard this morning, they wasted their money. They wasted our time. They should all be fined for contempt of court. The rich people didn't even lose money to her friends and family. So.
Good afternoon, Dr. Kubitschek. My name is Stanley Selden. I am co-counsel for Natalie Cochran, and welcome this afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Get to it.
Now, you conducted, I'm gathering from your answers, a very detailed and thorough examination of Michael Cochran's body when you received it, and it was exhumed 7 months after his death. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you said that you reviewed the medical records from Raleigh General Hospital and CAMC in the course of your autopsy. Is that correct?
Yes.
In your autopsy report, you have a list of diagnoses that I believe you received from the discharge report of CAMC. That's on page 5 of your report. Is that where those diagnoses came from?
Yes.
Okay. And the clinically documented diagnosis.
They always do that. That's a formality. They won't do. The judge won't do it, but he should in this case. No evidence, even the circumstantial evidence, is anywhere near strong enough to point to her. As someone said, if she did it, it's the perfect crime because they were just too late to figure it out. And I don't know. She probably did something, but they didn't prove it.
Diagnoses were that the decedent was unresponsive at home during unclear circumstances. That's the first one, correct?
Yes.
There was a reported prolonged time of unconsciousness, correct?
Yes.
You list in number 3 that there was use of testosterone augmenting supplement. Is that correct?
Yes.
Prolonged hospital stay, and then you list cerebral edema with hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy. That's fluid on the brain and swelling of the brain. Is that a correct interpretation?
Yeah, going down into the brain.
Yes.
Right?
You list hypoglycemia at the time of admission. You do not know the cause of that. That's just the discharge note, correct? There was a history of seizure disorder and diagnoses, correct?
Yes.
And he was in a coma.
Right?
Yeah, everything is based on other people's because he couldn't see anything on a dead body. And finally, we got proof that Michael did suffer from seizures and was treated for it because until now, that was just something they asked people. But now we know he did have problems with seizures.
Sorry.
Now there was
especially if he had seizures and he thought, I'm just going to do some light tests so I can get back to being normal. I could see him doing stuff wrong.
was noted in your autopsy and on these diagnoses that he suffered from cardiomegaly, which was an enlarged heart, correct?
Yes.
Okay. After all these exams, all this review of the medical records, your very thorough report and toxicology, etc., you found that the manner and cause of death was undetermined, correct? And undetermined means you don't know why he was deceased, and you couldn't tell from the autopsy, correct? That's all my questions. Thank you.
Redirect Ms. Akron.
Dr. Kubitschek, you analyzed the organs of Mr. Cochran, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Did you locate any tumors on or inside of the body or on those organs?
No.
And the hypoglycemia that was listed in those records, would you consider that profound hypoglycemia?
Hypoglycemia is less than, I'm not really a clinician, not treating patients, live patients, but it was, at the time of admission was significant.
And the information that you received in the medical records, do you know the original source of any of that information?
There was testing done at the CMC Memorial, the follow-up testings. But that was the medical records, those were the sources of information. Obviously, I could not verify this during the autopsy.
Thank you, sir. I have no further questions.
So he couldn't even verify the information
Anything further
from the
Mr.
medical
Selden?
papers.
Go ahead.
Dr. Kubitschek, the reason you couldn't find tumors, microscopic tumors, etc., because this body was 7 months old, and the organs are the first thing to decompose. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
No further questions.
Anything, Ms. Akron?
How can the state be this
This
bad?
witness be excused?
He said it during his initial that the organs were more decomposed or had been part of the embalmment.
Thank you very much, Doctor. You are excused.
Thank you.
Call your next witness, please, Ms. Akron or Mr. Truman.
Your Honor, our next witness is currently on his way into town from Dallas, Texas. We do not anticipate that he will be here before the close of court today.
All right, and you have no one else that you could substitute?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Jeepers
All
Christ.
right, members of the jury, you've heard that.
Is that 3 out of 4 days they haven't had? They should be held in contempt. I think this is the 3rd time we have ended way too early. There's 12 people plus alternates sitting there looking at you thinking, why are you wasting our time? And you can't even get your witnesses in court.
So we've run out of witnesses for the day. And so we are still on the state's case in chief, which means that we will start back up in the morning and continue with the trial.
We came back for an hour.
I will
of
try to have
testimony.
something good
half
in
an hour of
terms of
testimony.
a snack for you in the morning. I think I'll spring for sausage biscuits, if that's agreeable for everybody. Does everybody like sausage and biscuits? Okay.
Don't ask a lady.
I will have that for you in the morning, and it will be waiting
Yes.
on your table whenever you arrive before 9 o'clock. Please do not discuss the case among yourselves or with
please
anyone
yell
else.
at
This is
the prosecution
a
now.
dangerous period because there is some great interest in this case, and I warn you not to watch any portrayals of the case.
Nothing like a Baker rant for his birthday. Y'all hit the likes, please. Thank you, Irish.
On television, online, or hear anything on the radio, or read anything in the newspaper. All of those people will be trying to gather your attention, and you must resist so that you can make a
You must
fair and
resist.
impartial decision at the end of the case. All right,
Thank you.
enjoy your evening and your afternoon off, and I'll see you in the morning at 9 o'clock. You may follow the bailiff to your jury room.
Yeah, this is a
The most important people in this case that everybody seems to have forgotten in this room is the jury. So we're going to take a 15-minute break and both sides take a pregnant pause and think about the jury.
All right, are there any matters that we need to take up out of the presence of the jury at this time?
yeah. Please get your witnesses on
Yes, Your
time.
Honor, I seem to have slipped up one more time, and I would request that State's Exhibit 20 be entered into evidence.
No objection.
All right, there being no objection, State's Exhibit number 20 will be admitted into evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything further on behalf of the defense?
Yeah, they don't have their witnesses.
Your Honor, nothing on the merits, but if we may have a little sidebar on the planning of the rest of the week here as far as witnesses.
All right,
I really
come out.
appreciate that.
Yeah, go up there and say, what the F is going on with this horrible place? I've never seen a magic 8-ball in a store in Denmark. My sister had one when she came back from the US, but I haven't seen any more. Anyone else? Any else? I don't know. Well, the good thing I can get to watch the. I think the Danish team playing handball tonight against Germany in the World Cup, and because we're ending early, I'll be in bed early, so there will be a night show tonight at 11 p.m. if I get out of bed. Thank you, Jeanette, for a super sticker of a microphone on. State didn't bring anything to sidebar. They don't have to, but they really should be told tomorrow we better go or what the hell? I don't know if my camera gets hot or whatever happens, but it's annoying me right now. It's not that hot. Shouldn't be that. Thank you, sweet woman. Going on vacation Thursday. Guess I'll go back to packing. Well, you have to. Hey, Pixie, you come in right as they end because again today the state hasn't enough witnesses so we can go for a full day. Yeah, maybe like a list of witnesses and an instruction that they show up in court on time.
A question for the folks that are filming the trial. We anticipate that a juvenile may testify in this case as early as tomorrow. And I would like
so the state will
to
rest tomorrow.
not portray that juvenile's face on screen. And I'm wondering if I can get some cooperation in that regard. The audio is fine. I've noticed in watching portrayals on TV that many times they're able to blur the face of the person that is speaking so that you wouldn't see the face.
Just turn the camera.
I'm inquiring of you folks directly if we could do that
And about what's
to protect
what?
the juvenile.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Okay. Can we do that? The juvenile, I understand, is 17 years old, not an adult, and very sensitive, perhaps. And we need to protect him as much as we can. Are we all agreed in that concern? Okay. I've got thumbs up from everybody and looks like we're okay. All right, is there anything else before we close out the day?
That's for the state, Your Honor. Thank you.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Court is in recess.
This is redunculous. Let's just be honest. And Jemima hasn't updated me yet, but I can see that Sarah Boone has had her wish for a retrial dismissed. Sadly, no more Booney, no more $1 million for me, which I was banking on so I could move to Los Estados Unidos, but no $1 million. That's not a good birthday present, Florida. Thank you so much, Corina. Oh, thank you, all my ducks in a row, for a dancing pear super sticker. But honestly, så skal han hjem og holde fest, og dem, som kommer med som gæst, får dejlig chokolade og kager til. Hvor smiler han, hvor er han glad, for denne dag er også rar, for hjemme venter mor og far med dejlig chokolade og kager til. Thank you, all my ducks. Pixie, yes, 27. Finally, I became 27 years old. Imagine now I'm as old as Amy Winehouse, Jimi Hendrix, the guy from The Doors that I can't remember his name. So, fingers crossed, I'll not end up in Club 27. I had just had some tortellinis. I'm streaming, so I'm making fast food. But honestly, what did we learn today? We learned that someone had made a list of 13 possible reasons why he could die. Or no, why he could have that blood sugar. And because some way it could only be this. She never looked at the body, she looked at the reports. The medical examiner said, I don't know. I couldn't tell anything. Where is the smoking gun in this case? And if I understood the judge correctly, a kid will be testifying as soon, could be as soon as tomorrow. That's probably a defense witness. Is the state gonna bring in that guy in Dallas? Is he the law enforcement the lead on the case, who will come and say, well, we were looking into her financial records and we found a vial of insulin and we thought, hey, maybe she unalived her husband. What is the evidence in this case? I really can't see the evidence beyond a reasonable doubt. Kindergarten Cop is going to be next. Yeah, they ran out of witnesses again. Sing a song in. Well, that's the one I just sang. That's our happy birthday song. Because if I sang tillykke med fødselsdagen til dig, tillykke med fødselsdagen til dig, tillykke med fødselsdagen til dig, it doesn't sound right. We will sing happy birthday if we use that one. But the Danish birthday song is I dag er det bagers fødselsdag. Hva? Hurra, han sikkert sig en gave for, som han har ønsket sig i år med dejlig chokolade og kager til. Today it's Baker's birthday. Hooray, hooray, hooray. He probably gonna get a gift that he's wished for this year. With lovely hot chocolate and cakes too. That's the first verse in the Danish song. They couldn't even say if it was a Duma. No, I'm 27 years old, so I was born in 1998. Yeah, I was born in 1998. 27 years old. I remember it like it was yesterday. Britney Spears was in the top of the chat. No, yeah, she was. No, OSF. We had two witnesses, right? We had the ME and we had the oncology, we had the insulin lady and we had the dead doctor. That's all we did. And we wasted more time on doing technical stuff than getting evidence from the ME. I hope. Again, I don't know if she's done it. I just feel that if they find him guilty now, her guilty now, the jury haven't understood circumstantial evidence or reasonable doubt. Always. Well, there's a funny joke from Norwegian TV that claim we can't say chocolate. Oh, I was born in no. I'm no. Don't. You're doing the math wrong. It's 98. We're in 2015, and I'm 27 years old. I'm not a 73. My middle brother is a 73. Oh yeah, the bottle. Yeah, that's when my sister called. That's right. I was away from all of his testimony, just to testify. Well, the seal had been broken on one of them. Was it the bottle used? I don't know. Well, that was because at that time my mom had a very long pregnancy, so it makes sense if you don't think about it. It's like Canton, Massachusetts. The less you think about it, the more sense it makes. I'm a smart cookie. Chocolate. Jeanette, go have fun. I'm going to jump off as well. I'll be back at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about nothing. So if you just want to chit chat a bit before you go to bed, hang out and chat and talk about how wonderful it is Zach is back and he has 2 deers in the freezer, swing by at 11 p.m. Eastern. It's normally about an hour. I'll go where the chat will go and we just hang out, have fun before we go to bed. It's a bit funny because it's so similar but different, but it's nice. Yeah, chocolate is one of those things we all say. Well, she's not here anymore, so I can blame her. She can't beat me. Time travel. Yes. I was at CERN at some point and they turned it on and then I was in the US in 96. Don't think about it again. Oh, my phone is ringing now. Oh, that's my daughter. See you later. Yes. Hello?
What exhibit are you referring to?
I'm going to make this 100, Your Honor. 100.
100.
Because it is 100%
100%.
correct.
So you literally built a cannon?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
All right, I'm in love.
Go back. Please do that again. Oh, that was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
While I'm waiting for this, did you, whether it's true or not, believe that Mr. Randolph had slept with your wife?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't have cared?
No.
Did you believe he had slept with your wife?
No.
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
Probably did. Everybody has.
So there-
Everybody has.